Subject number 2 in the category of marketing on Tripod, the Tricycle Creative Podcast, is about what I have dubbed counterfeit coffee. Some people, they put fake milk in their coffee. Some people drink instant coffee. This is something very different, and I will let Chris tell you all about it.
So I'm on my couch. I'm scrolling through Instagram, looking through my feed. Just looking through. I come across one of the accounts that I follow at Middle Class Fancy, which I highly recommend everyone follow if they don't. And on it, they have this construction worker from Austin, where we're from, who's like, hey, my daughter was showing me Instagram the other day and was, telling me what an Instagram influencer was. And I was like, well, I can do that. So I decided I'm going to be an influencer. And so I'm looking at his account and I start following him, and he's got all these accounts, and he's just a construction guy, as his handle says. It's called Just a Construction Guy. And he basically is just doing what any blue collar worker does, and he's having coffee and eating lunch, and he's on the site, and he's just downtown Austin doing what guys do. And the pictures look really nice.
Let me just correct you. What men do. You and I don't do those things.
Right. We're dudes.
What men do. We sit at home on the couch, scroll through Instagram, just to clarify the difference.
Yeah.
Got it.
And
okay.
So when I start following this guy, he's got like, I don't know, a couple thousand followers, maybe 10,000, let's say. By the time maybe by the time this airs, he's got bordering on 550,000 followers or something crazy. And it's just him, like I said, just drinking coffee from the local coffee shop or whatever. So I'm like, this is crazy. This guy's just a guy. And like his daughter's like helping him take some artsy photos, because isn't that funny? And he's doing it. He's like really doing it. And I'm like, I'd rather follow this guy than any other Instagram influencer.
Do you want to know how many followers he has?
Right now? Yeah.
Yeah. What was your guess?
I think it's
sit here today on
550,000 something.
Oh, he must have lost some. Well, still not shabby. 537,000.
So here's the thing. I'm like, what am I going to talk to Ross about today? And I think I'm going to talk to him about this guy who's just like, I'm going to be an Instagram follower or an influencer, and just flips the script on what influencers do. So I Google him, and I'm like, what's up with this guy? Like, how'd this get started? What do I come across? I come across an article from Vice that tells me this guy ain't real. This whole thing is all from the coffee shop that he's sitting there being like, just at my local coffee shop on my break. It's all fake. It was all set up, and I got duped by it. I fell for it 100%. I thought this guy was just a guy. For a moment, I was like, these photos are a little too good.
This is the first time I'm hearing this.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about this before the show.
We did not. Purposely.
Because you were late to the party and you just gave this up. But it's fine. We don't always talk about it.
I was going to come to you with like a thing about, look at this crazy marketing scheme. But no. In fact, look at how I fell for a crazy marketing scheme.
Okay. So let me ask you this. Now knowing that and there's all this back and forth about, is he fake? No, he's a real guy, but whatever. How do you now feel about him? And then I guess about, because it's for Cuvee.
Cuvee? Oive?
C-U-V. We're both two white guys. I'm sorry.
Cuvee. It's Cuvee Coffee.
I like that. That sounds the best. So, okay.
Cuvee
so how do you feel about him? And how do you feel about let's just say about their brand by extension?
I feel like how Ron Burgundy felt when Baxter ate a whole wheel of cheese. And I'm not even mad. I'm amazed.
Dude.
Like, because I fell for it, because they got me.
I said to you when we talked about it for a split second that I'm like, I don't know if you think I'm where I'm at on this. I think you're going to be surprised at where I come out of this. And I'm right there with you. Like I know we preach authenticity, right? And I think that really applies when you're small business. Well, I mean, any business, but particularly small business entrepreneur. Like I am very big on authenticity, right? However, I am also very passionate about brand building. And this, to me, I know we've talked very ill of influencer type thing, but
Sure.
This is right on the nose, right?
Right.
I mean,
it was
like,
just a guy. It's not some fashion model. It's a guy.
it's
Not a bad looking guy.
Do you know what it is? It's not the tail wagging the dog. It's not the brand going to the influencer. It's the brand creating almost a brand extension through this person, because he wasn't an influencer before this. He is a real guy.
He's a real guy. That's the thing. He's not an actor. Yeah, he is a real construction worker that did go to Cuvee Coffee, and they were like, "Hey, how would you like to be in on this?"
All these parts kind of fell together. He is a legit well, I don't know now. Maybe he now really. I mean,
now he's an influencer.
I'm actually going to pull up his account. Hold on, and it does say, and now I'm not even sure if it's tongue in cheek, but it says, let me see here. Okay, in construction, this is his profile. Father and husband, coffee lover, lifestyle influencer. So now, I don't know if now he's buying his own hype.
Well, I think the reason I bought into it is because,
or if that's a wink, if that's like a funny wink, if you will.
Right. I bought into it. I think on personal level, because like, whenever I would go to a museum with my dad, he would be like, "Well, this is just lines on a canvas. I can do that." And I'm like, "Well, do it then. Like, be an artist." I always have this like kind of secret hope that my dad will just late in his life become this great artist, because he's like, "Well, I could do that, and I just haven't had the time." And so to see this guy, just this dad, be like, "Well, I can be an influencer," and then he was, and I was like, "Yeah, he did it. He did the thing." And so now I'm kind of like, "Oh, but he's not real." Like, that kind of broke my heart a little.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like feel. I have no negative feelings from this to Cuvée. What did we decide it was?
I think Cuvée.
Thank you. I'm just gonna let you say it every time. That coffee, or him, right? Or that this felt even like I was gonna say tricky, but more like deceptive, right?
Right.
But I will say the no, or maybe the gray area here, is that Instagram and Facebook, when you are an influencer, I am pretty sure now you have to very specifically say this post contains a sponsored message.
Mm-hmm.
That I'm pretty sure that's the deal. Like, that's part of the deal now of clearing up those blurry lines of who's being compensated for what. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not really sure why they care, but I'm sure there's a bigger, smarter reason that I just can't think of right now, as far as, just straight up transparency, I suppose. But
sure.
And the fact that this didn't have that kind of transparency, it tricked you. But let me say this, right? Do you think that this, if you had never found out that this was a campaign, do you think that you would have then gone to the coffee shop?
No. You know what? At best, I would have bought a T-shirt with this guy's face on it.
Got it.
So
you were more ascribing value to him, not so much the coffee.
That's correct. I now have, but my meter has not moved on how I feel about this coffee that I may or may not have ever had. I don't know. Maybe I've come across it before. If I did, it wasn't memorable. Like, I
I'm
don't know,
looking
but I'm
at
no
his-
more likely to buy it.
I'm looking at his posts, which again, just a construction guy, which by the time you hear this, may be different, maybe gone, maybe even bigger than what we're talking about now. There are a handful of coffee shots, definitely ones that are really good. Yeah, your spider
Right,
sense,
that's the thing.
your spider sense sort of tingled because these
It-
are really good photos.
It did. I was like, these are two. I was like,
there was
who's
a
taking
fantastic
these
photo
photos?
here of like the coffee splash, and they caught it like midair.
Right.
It's like a beautiful shot.
And the caption is like,
Contrast.
oh, I don't know. My daughter says that these are popular, but I
Yeah.
think it's just a waste of coffee. The captioning was great. Like, whoever did this campaign did a
It's-
great job.
Way to promote another agency. No, I'm just kidding. No.
But if you're looking for that kind of work,
This was Bandolier Media, and this is a fantastic campaign. I totally come on, this is fantastic work. And the thing is, even in these photos, he doesn't it's not over the top. Like some of them, he just tags that he's at the coffee shop. Again, I'm just not going to say it anymore.
Which you're like, oh, it's like
It's not
across the
'cause
street from where he's working or whatever.
Yeah, but this one, the splash photo, he just mentions there's no mention of that actual place, right? There's no specific brand mention. And then the other ones, it is in the location, but it's not like a, hey, just went to Cuvee Coffee and had great Cuvee coffee, and I like Cuvee coffee. I love it. Hashtag influencer.
Right. It feels like, if anything, this was more of an ad for the marketing than it was for the actual
We're talking about
product.
So they got us. They got us.
Yeah. Yeah, they did. But now it's over. Now I'm like, well, I don't care anymore.
Do you work for them? Is this part of the campaign? They specifically wanted to infiltrate this amazing marketing podcast.
Well, I could be a podcaster. I could do that.
You son of a bitch. You were bought. Oh my God. Your whole thing has been a lie. You're not even in a band. This is all a lie.
It's all a marketing campaign and a deep fake at the same time. I'm a deep fake influencer. I think that's what my profile is going to say from now on. Deep fake influencer.
I have to go cry.